Hi, welcome to Vidyanagar online class. Today we are going to the last part of our chapter, lines and angles. Do you remember what we studied still now in this chapter? We studied complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, then vertically opposite angles, isn't it? So what is a complementary angle? Angle, when we add two angles, if it's 90 degree, we say it is complementary angle. Then if we add two angles, if it's 180 degree, we say it is supplementary angles. Then what about adjacent angle? If two angles have a common vertex, common arm, and other two arms on either side of that, then it is known as adjacent angles. Then linear pair. In the case of adjacent angle, if the other two arms form a straight line, then they are known as linear pair and it will be 180 degrees, that is supplementary. Now today we move on to the next part, that is transversal. Transversal. Next is transversal. Now see this blue figure. See here two lines are there, L and M. And another line N is drawn such that it is intersecting the two lines at different points. So this line is known as transversal. See here also there are two lines. Then another line is intersecting both the lines at two different points. So this is also a transversal. You can draw so many transversals for a line. See, all these are transversals. Understood? If a single line intersect any other lines at different points, then it is known as transversal. Now see, when you draw a transversal, there will be 8 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 angles formed when you are drawing a transversal. Now, there are some properties for this transversal in the case when the two lines are parallel. See, if these two lines are parallel, when you draw a transversal, there are certain properties for the angles. So, we are going to study which are that properties. Now, see this figure. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles I have marked here. See, these 4 angles are in the exterior of this, isn't it? This is an exterior part. This is also exterior part. This is the interior portion. So, these angles are known as exterior angles. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4. They are known as exterior. You have studied exterior, interior before. So, these angles are known as exterior angles. Now, you see another A, B, C, D. See, this is in the interior part, isn't it? So, these angles are known as interior angles. Clear? The outside angles are known as exterior angles and the inside angles are known as interior angles. Now, next is corresponding angles. Which are the corresponding angles? See, for this angle 1, this is a corresponding angle. See, both are above the parallel lines, isn't it? So, 1 and 3 are corresponding angles. What about 2 and 4? They are also above the line and the same side. So, they are also corresponding angles. Then what about 5 and 7? They are also below this. Here also below this. So, they 5 and 7 are also corresponding angles, and here 6 and 8. Angles 6 and 8 are also corresponding angles. So, these are the corresponding angles of the parallel lines formed by the transversal. I told you these are the corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding angles. Angle 3 and angle 4 are corresponding angles. Then here also angle A and angle B will be corresponding angles. For this angle, this will be the corresponding angle. And you have to see that corresponding angles will be equal. The first one angle, corresponding angles are equal. That is, angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. These two angles will be same. Angle A and angle B will be equal. Angle 3 and angle 4 will be same. Angle C and angle D will be same. Corresponding angles are equal. See here, angle A and angle B. Angle A and angle B are known as alternate angles. Alternate angles. These are the alternate interior angles. Okay. An alternate interior angle means it is alternate interior. It is inside. And they also will be equal. So angle A will be equal to angle B. Alternate angles are also equal. And what about this one? Which will be the alternate angle for this? Alternate interior angle. Yeah, this will be the alternate interior angle for angle C. So angle C will be equal to angle D. A and B are equal and C and D are equal. Alternate angles are equal. So first we studied corresponding angles are equal. Now here alternate interior angles are equal. These are also alternate angle. They are alternate exterior angles. Okay. This also alternate exterior angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternate exterior angles and alternate exterior angles. Angle 1 and angle 3, angle 2 and angle 4. Alternate exterior angles. This you know. What you say for this? You have studied it. If the next comes in the setting line, then these two angles are known as, in the last class you studied, yeah, it is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. And you already know that way will be equal. Angle A will be equal to angle B. Now see, what about this one? C, D. They are also vertically opposite, so angle C will be equal to angle D. Then here, E and F, vertically opposite. G and H, vertically opposite. So, angle E equal to angle F, angle G equal to angle H. So, these are the properties in case of the parallel lines when you draw a transversal. That is, corresponding angles will be equal, vertically opposite angles will be equal, alternate interior angles will be equal. Now next is, see here, angle A and angle B. This is the transversal, isn't it? And angle A and angle B are on the same side of the transversal in interior. So these two angles will be supplementary. Angle on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. That is, angle A plus angle B will be 180 degrees. This is how we can write C and D. They are also on the same side of the transversal. So angle C plus angle D also will be 180 degrees. So angle on the same side of the transversal will be 180 degrees. So which are the properties you studied? Corresponding angles will be equal. Vertically opposite angles will be equal. Alternate interior angles will be equal. And the angles on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. Suppose this is 100 degrees. Then what will be this one? 180 minus 100, that is, this will be 80 degrees. Clear? Now see here, which are the angles given? A, B, C and D. Which are those angles? Can you name it? Yeah, they are the exterior angles. It is in the exterior part. So A, B, C, D are known as exterior angles. Now next one. What you say for this one? It's in the interior part. And so it's known as interior angles. Now see, A and D and B and C. What does that mention? A and D and B and C. It's on C. A is on the above the line. D also there in the same part of the transversal. Similarly, B and C are the same part of the transversal and above the line. So they are the corresponding angles. Then one more pair of corresponding angles will be there. Which are they? Yeah, AD and here BC. So these are also corresponding angles. Now what is this? Angles on the same side of the transversal. A and D. Similarly, B and C. What do you say for that? They are the angle on the same side of the transversal and there is a condition for them. Yeah, it is supplementary. That is, the sum of both angle will be 180 degrees. Angle on the same side of the transversal, that is angle A plus D, will be supplementary 180 degrees and B plus C will be also 180 degrees. Now see, A and B and E and F, what are they? Similarly, see there C and D and G and H. Yeah, they are vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angle will always be equal. Then what is the next one? Alternate exterior angles. Alternate angles, that is on the either side of the transversal. A and C are alternate angles, and since they are in the exterior part, it's exterior alternate angle. Similarly, B and D. What about this one? Here A and C and B and D, they are in the interior part, but on the either side of the transversal. So what do you say for that? Yeah, alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angle also will be equal. Now we will do the exercise 5.2. First question, state the property that is used in each of the following statements. Here a figure is given and the statement is given there. So looking at the statement, you have to say how it became true. So here two transversals are drawn, only this transversal is taken. 8 angles are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first question is, if A is parallel to B, that is, if A, this is A and B, A is parallel to B, then angle 1 equal to angle 5. This is angle 1. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Why? What is the reason for that? Angle 1 and angle 5, what are they? Yeah, they are corresponding angles, isn't it? That's why they are equal. So, what is the reason? Corresponding angles. They are corresponding angles. So, 1 and 5 became equal. So, which is what about 2 and 6? They also will be equal. They are also corresponding angles, isn't it? Then 4 and 7 will be equal. 3 and 8 will be equal. Second question, if angle 4 equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. Angle 4 equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. Why? What about angle 4 and angle 6? Either side of the transversal, they are alternate interior angles, and we study that alternate interior angles will be equal. Then these two lines will be parallel, isn't it? So that is the reason they are alternate interior angles. Since alternate interior angles are equal, that means these two lines will be parallel. Then only these alternate angles will be equal. Then the last statement, angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. Then A is parallel to B. Angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degrees. Then A will be parallel to B. What we studied, that is angle 4 and angle 5. They are on the same side of the transversal. We studied that the angles on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. So, that's why A will be parallel to B. Same side of transversal. Interior angles, okay. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. That means these two lines will be parallel. Third question, in the adjoining figure, P is parallel to Q. P is parallel to Q. Find the unknown angles. You have to find the unknown angles, that is A, B, C, D, E and F. Only one angle is given, that is this 125 degrees given. You have to find all the other angles. So how will you find it? See here, this angle is 125 degrees, isn't it? And this is a straight line, transversal. So what about this one? They form a linear pair, isn't it? Adjacent angles from the straight line. This is a linear pair. That means sum will be 180 degrees. So F will be 180 minus F is equal to 180 minus 125, that is 55 degrees. F will be 55 degrees. And what about this one? X is from there, intersecting, and these two angles. Yeah, they are vertically opposite, F and E. So, E will be also 55 degree. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Now, next one. See, this is a transversal. And what about, we know this angle. And you studied that these two are, F and D are on the same side of the transversal. So, they will be supplementary, isn't it? F and D are supplementary. So, D will be equal to 180 minus F, that is 180 minus 55, 125 degrees. So, this will be 125. If this is 125, what will be this? Vertically opposite, isn't it? Vertically opposite angle. So, B will be 125. Vertically opposite angles. So, you got B also. Now, what about C? From B and C, straight line, linear pair, isn't it? So, this will be, C will be 180 minus 125. That is 55 degrees. Linear pair. Then, what about A? C and A are vertically opposite. If C is 55, this also will be 55. So, A is equal to 55 degrees vertically opposite angles. Fourth question, find the value of X if L is parallel to M. L and M are parallel. So, this is a transversal. So, we have to find here X. What is given? This angle is 110 degrees. So, how will you find X? If this is 110, what will be this one? This is a linear pair. So, this will be 180 minus 110, that is 70 degrees. This will be 70 degrees. Is there any relation between this and X? Yeah, they are alternate interior angles, and you study that alternate interior angles will be equal. So, if this is 70, this also will be 70, that is X equal to 70. Second part of the fourth question. Find the value of X. Here L and M are, these two lines are parallel, L and M. And so this will be the transversal, isn't it? Two transversals are given there. You have to find this X. Different ways are there for finding X. So easiest way is, see, this is the transversal. So what about these two angles? They are corresponding, isn't it? See, 100 and X, corresponding angles. And you know that corresponding angles will be equal. So, X will be, if this is 100, this also will be 100. See the fifth question. In the given figure, the arms of two angles are parallel. Arms of two angles. This ABC is one angle, DEF is another angle. So, these two are parallel and these two are parallel. And they are given angle ABC is equal to 70. This is 70. Find DGC and DEF. Find DGC. You have to find this angle, DGC. See, these two lines are parallel and the line is cutting it. So, BC is a transversal, isn't it? So, if this is a transversal, what about these two angles? They are corresponding angle, isn't it? Below the line, corresponding angles. So, corresponding angles will be equal. That is, this angle will be 70 degrees. This is 70 degrees. What about this angle and this one? These two are parallel lines and this is a transversal. So, these two also corresponding angle, isn't it? Both are above the line. So, if this is 70 degrees, this also will be 70. So, both are same, 70 degrees. Understood? Corresponding angles. When you take these two, this transversal, these two are corresponding angles. And if you are taking these two lines and this transversal, these two are corresponding angles. Sixth question, in the given figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M. You have to see whether L is parallel to M. Angles are given there. So, we know that the properties for two parallel lines where the transversal is drawn. Properties for the angles, we know that. So, what about these two? They are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. And you know, the angles on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. That is, when you add these two, if you get 180 degree, that means these two will be parallel. If it is not 180, these two are not parallel. So see, 126 plus 44, what is it? It is 170 only. So L and M are not parallel. Okay. Angle on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. So when you add these two, you got 170. Since it is not 180, it is not parallel. See the next question. This is a figure given and these are L and M. You have to show whether it is parallel. And these are the angles given. This angle is 75 and this angle is 75. So if this angle is 75, what will be this one? Same side of the transversal, they will be supplementary, isn't it? If these two are parallel, then if this is the transversal, the angle on the same side of the transversal will be supplementary. So if this is 75, this will be 180 minus 75. That is 105. So these two are vertically opposite angles. If this is 105, this also should be 105, but that is not correct. So L is not parallel to M. See the next figure. See here, this is the figure given, L and M. You have to decide whether L is parallel to M. And this is the transversal. So you know, here these are vertically opposite angles, isn't it? Intersecting vertically opposite. So if this is 75, this also will be 75. Okay. And if these two are parallel and this big transversal, this become the supplementary angle, isn't it? Same side of the transversal angle. But 75 by 75 is not 180. That means these two lines are not parallel. L is not parallel to M. Understood? These two are vertically opposite angles. They must be equal. If this is 75, this will be 75. And these are on the same side of the transversal. They are supplementary. But when you add these two, it is not 180 degree. That means if these two are not parallel, if they are parallel, this will be supplementary. See the third one. This is the figure given. You have to prove these two are parallel. See, this is 57. Then what will be this angle? They are vertically opposite, so they will be equal. So this also will be 57. So this is a transversal. Angle on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. So if you add these two, if it is 180, you can say that these two are parallel. So add it, 123 plus 57. Yeah, it is 180. So L is parallel to M. This question, L is parallel to M. Angle on the same side of the transversal became 1. This is also same type, L and M, transversal is given. This is 72 degree. So as usual, you can take vertically opposite angle. This will be 72. But what about 98 plus 72? 98 plus 72, it is not 180, it is 170. So L is not parallel to M. Okay. These two are vertically opposite. So if this is 72, this will be 72. And you know that when you are drawing a transversal through two parallel lines, the angle on the same side will be supplementary. But here when you added 98 plus 72, it is not supplementary. It is not 180. So you can say that L and M are not parallel. So that chapter is over. You do all the problems which I have done here. Then do the homework and send it to me before 1 p.m. Okay. Thank you.